A very good evening to our viewers. Thank you for joining us tonight on the evening review. My name is Toivon Jabela. Tonight on the platform, we are welcoming back the Acting High Commissioner of Malaysia in Namibia, that is Dr. Mohamad Rameez Yahaya, to just bring us up to speed with some of the activities of his country's mission here in Namibia. Doc, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, so welcome back to the platform.
Thank you. It's a pleasure also meeting you, sir.
Yeah, wonderful. I think what is important for now is that there's a very exciting event coming up at your embassy, and that is organized by our mission, which is the Malaysian Fruits and Food Promotion event. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, first of all, we should say my sincere thanks for you to invite me again.
Yes.
For today's evening review. Back to your question, the so-called fruits and food promotion that will be organized by the High Commission of Malaysia here in Windhoek will be catering for the promotion of our fruits, Malaysian fruits in Namibia, and also variety of foods or delicacies of Malaysia, which is attuned to the fruits that we bring in.
Yeah.
We have been trying to organize this event since last year. We spoke to the officials from Ministry of Agriculture of Namibia in order to provide us with the import permit and all the so-called diplomatic clearance and custom clearance. We have managed to get it. Then we spoke to the so-called Farmers Agriculture Malaysia, or FAMA, in order to bring the fruits, and they are collaborating with us to bring some of the fruits that can attune to the climate here in Namibia and for the taste bud of Namibians.
Yes.
Among others, we are bringing pomelos, a kind of big oranges, which have sour, sweet, and bitterness taste.
Okay.
And then pineapple, of course, you have your pineapple here.
Yes.
But ours is MD26, a different kind of type of brand of pineapples, where it's a bigger type and juicy and sweetness. And then we have also that of jackfruit. I think jackfruit is quite difficult to obtain here. Probably in certain part of Africa, in Angola, is climatized to that climate. And then we have also that of guava, which is not the green guava that you normally can get from Checkers and ShopRite. We also have the so-called red guava, quite a different taste and texture. And lastly, that of jackfruit, among others, by the way.
Okay.
And then we are going to promote this, and mango. It's a different kind of mango. I know you have a good variety of mangoes here in Namibia, as well as you import from South Africa. But our mango is a different variety called harum manis, and it's always available in the northern tip of Malaysia. And we do export very much to Japan, and it's very highly in demand every season, normally in May and June. So this time around, we are going to exemplify, going to showcase this kind of fruits to those to be waiting to the High Commission office on the 15th of May, which is next week on Wednesday. And then we are going to also promote the different kind of delicacies, Malaysian delicacies, attuned to these fruits.
Yeah.
So, for example, the jackfruit, we will ensure that we will cook in a porridge, sweet porridge, and get people who come for the occasion to taste it.
Okay.
And we are also inviting 3 segments of audiences to that occasion, and at 3 different times, from 10 to 12 is meant for the retailers like Spa, like Namib Poultry, Namib Dairies, Namib farmers, Namibia farmers and abattoirs, just to taste, to see. If they find it suitable, they can ask from us, okay, Malaysia, we wish to become your importer of these products. And also, we also bring some of the Malaysian products like soya sauce, chili sauce, which is a different kind of variety which you can have a different taste bud. And that will be beneficial. Why? Because it can expose our so-called bilateral relations into trade.
Absolutely. Will it be a you spoke about climate, acclimatizing to the conditions here. Do you think this kind, because they sound very exciting, they sound bigger and juicier and all that, is it something that can only grow in the Malaysian conditions, or do you think that if Namibians start loving these products imported from Malaysia, that in the future maybe our own farmers here could grow some of this?
Yes, certainly you are right to say there is possibility of cultivation of this kind of products, especially pineapples. I think you have your pineapples, but when I go to the supermarket, when I first came to Namibia 2 years ago, I saw it was, it's too small. no, probably. Although Africans are bigger, but too small of a pineapple. But Malaysians are smaller, but we have bigger pineapple. So anyway, quite interesting. The varieties of pineapple in Malaysia 30, 40 years ago were the same. It was a bit smaller. And then, of course, with scientific research and everything done, it was not GMO, but it's actually natural. Okay. And then we started to cultivate a different kind of variety of breed of pineapples. And the one that we are bringing, this MD26 or 28, would be is a larger version, more juicer, more meat into it. And as you rightly said, if there is a need for cultivation, your Namibian farmers can do so. While because pineapple, you don't need that much of what we call it the not so cold weather, as long as you have certain amount of rainfall or water. I think that's beneficial. I think places like in the north of Namibia can be a good place to cultivate this kind of pineapple.
Katima, Molilo, Kavango, those areas.
Yes, true.
Yeah. Okay. No, thank you, Doctor, for that event. I will ask you towards the end again just to repeat on the date and the times. But in the meantime, let's talk about the general Namibian-Malaysian ties, the bilateral ties. Where do we stand as far as those relations are concerned right now? Is there any movement? Is it a thriving relationship? What's happening?
Yeah, I think we know the history. Malaysia, as you call the Federation of Malaysia and Republic of Namibia, we started to reap our bilateral relations even before Namibia gains its independence. Many of our armed forces was involved with the peacekeeping forces of helping out Namibia to gain its independence, somehow or other. And after that, we established our diplomatic ties and we built up our so-called diplomatic missions. You in Kuala Lumpur in 1995 and us in Namibia, Windhoek in 1996. Ever since then, our relationship bloomed, not just in terms of diplomatic, in terms of also technical capacity building. We provide so-called some of our officials to Namibia, and in fact, your third Central Governor Bank of Namibia was from Malaysia, Mr. Jafar Ahmad, and he became also the chair of the Namibia. And there are capacity building training differences and what we call the exchanges between Namibia and Malaysia. And it reaped further by the provision of the technical capacity program called the Malaysian Technical Cooperation Program. And so far we have around 170 over Namibians attending this, and in various kind of training, not just in terms of so-called irrigation, in terms of agriculture. They are also in terms of education, finance, audit, and there are variety of scope where many Namibians attended this Malaysian Technical Cooperation Program. In fact, we also provide 2 of your military officer in the rank of Lieutenant Colonel went to Malaysia last year in December, and they're still in Malaysia. They are actually undergoing a master's program for a year, and that everything being paid by the fully sponsored by the government of Malaysia under this program, which we hope can benefit Malaysia and Namibia together. Exchange of ideas, exchange of training. It must be a win-win synergy.
Absolutely.
And this carry on with business, with trade. I think the last time we met, we spoke about Ramatex.
Yes.
Quite interesting.
Yes, yes.
And then we also have our company, oil company, Fortune 100, like Petronas, and a few others like Sapura, who are interested also to be part and parcel of the so-called energy boom of Namibia. And today itself, I read in the newspaper, in Namibian Sun and a few other newspaper, make mention that there are many interested foreign companies venturing into the Orange Basin.
Yes.
So, yeah, Namibia is blooming into the area, and we wanted to become part and parcel of that.
Absolutely. I think the last conversation I had with you also, you mentioned something to the effect that trade right now between the 2 countries is heavily skewed in favor of Malaysia. What is it that Namibians can do to balance that trade equation a little bit? What opportunities exist in Malaysia for Namibian businesses who are ambitious enough to venture in that space?
For some kind of information, the statistic shows that, as you rightly pointed out, it's skewed to Malaysia's favor. It has been for many, many years, of course. And for the last quarter, from January until April of this year, the figure has increased actually. Not just in terms of it is favor in Malaysia, but in terms of the total trade. I think the total trade between Malaysia and Namibia increased to more than 100-something%, 151%. So that is a very good indication that we are building up a very strong bilateral trade relations in addition to the bilateral diplomacy. And many of our products we export to Namibia are that of pharmaceutical products, materials, etc., etc. But yours are more into issues pertaining to diamonds, metals, etc., etc. I think one thing that Namibia has a niche on is on your minerals. We do currently also import minerals from the countries under our purview, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Angola. We import minerals from them. For example, like diamonds, like gold, and metal. As well as oil and gas. So we find that Namibia will produce oil by the year end of the year. That's what I heard, or probably next year. If that happens, then there will be a lot of ample opportunities for our company, oil and gas company, to venture into, and that can be a niche for Namibia in order to export their products, and that can make the trade balance in favor of either Namibia more or Malaysia, etc., etc. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, one of the historical chapters in the relations between the 2 countries was, of course, the Ramatex investment. So it's a huge investment. The site is still there, huge buildings. A lot of people were employed at the time. Then there were a lot of issues, and the investment collapsed. I wonder whether there are lessons learned from that dark episode, which was, of course, meant well, but it ended up collapsing. going forward to say, how do we learn from the mistakes of Ramatex in order to make sure that future investments between the two countries are more sustainable and beneficial to the parties?
Very good point, Toyo. I think the important of to have a balanced synergy between both countries. When I spoke to many of the Namibians here, I think many of them went to Malaysia for the MTCP training course and program. They were saying to me that when the Malaysian company came here, Ramatex came here, the Namibians have a different working culture, as well as the Malaysian has a different working culture. So there was no meet and greet session where we understand each other. What do you expect from us, and what do you expect from us, Namibian or Malaysian, Namibian expect from Malaysia. And the fact that the culture, working culture of Malaysia is a bit attuned to the Asian way, where we always work more and leisure less. And it may be a different kind of way of lifestyle in Namibia, where less work but more leisure. But that doesn't mean that we are right, you are wrong, or we are wrong, you are right. No, we are trying to say that there must be some synergy. So I think that is a lesson to be learned. If Malaysian company or Malaysian wants to invest here, and Namibian vice versa, we have to learn to adapt to wherever we are, and try to attune to the needs of the so-called investors, and also the needs of the citizen or the people. So I think one of our university, Lim Kok Wing, has been investing in Namibia, and they learned that. And I'm really, really glad that they know that this is the culture of Namibia. We attune to it, and we ensure there will be a balance between both.
Absolutely. I don't know if my my director is saying that it's time to go on a break or to wrap up this interview, but let me just ask you, while on this, about the geopolitical situation in Gaza, because I know that Malaysia has a huge, it's predominantly a Muslim country, and there are Muslims being really pursued aggressively by Israel there in Gaza. I wonder if your country has any position on that conflict.
I think it's very clear. We were involved in many of the international fora. We also was very actively involved in issues pertaining to ensuring that the rights of the Palestinians are being supported. In fact, we are steadfast in this. Our Prime Minister, our government of Malaysia is very steadfast in that we support the state of Palestine. We support the plight of the Palestinians in Gaza. And we are always supportive of what the Namibians are also supportive of, the right of self-determination, the right of people from against colonialism. And these are the form of colonialisms happening in Gaza, the occupied territories. And as you can see right now, there are more than 34,600 over casualties dead in Palestine, in Gaza itself. And when they came up with resolution in order to ensure a state of Palestine at the UN, we were very supportive at the UN recently, but that was actually vetoed by certain countries, as you know. And yeah, Malaysia has been very steadfast in this issue, and we are glad that Namibia is also into it. In fact, when we had the issue at the ICJ recently, where South Africa brought the resolution, Malaysia was also, along with Namibia, supportive of that resolution to bring the matter to the International Court of Justice for them to have an advisory opinion on the occupation of so-called Israel on Palestine, and also the crimes of genocide, which is happening in that place.
Yeah, wonderful. I seem to have an indication that we just have a bit more of time, so I will just address you on the last subject, and that is the Namibian beef producers are always on the lookout for outside markets, I was wondering what the situation is with Malaysia. Is it a potential destination for Namibian beef? Has there been any conversations in that regard?
Thank you for that. I really forget about the issue pertaining to the niche market where Namibian can export. So in order to ensure that the trade balance can be balanced anyway. One of the things that we find out when we arrived here earlier, when we started to establish our diplomatic mission, is your meat. I think you have one of the best meat in the world. I can say that so because I've tasted it. And your producer like Mitco, like the farmers abattoir of the so-called lamb and everything, and it's halal anyway. Halal to the so-called certified by the South African Halal Board, etc., etc. And we find it quite interesting. There may be potential for Namibians to export their meat products to Malaysia. So what we do is we already initiate some kind of cooperation. We started to meet up with people from the Ministry of Agriculture of Namibia. I spoke to the so-called chief veterinary of your Namibian Ministry of Agriculture. We spoke on the matter, and then there was a letter written to our so-called chief veterinary of Malaysia in order to start up the project. And we found out that then there was a response saying that from the so-called internet and everything research done, it's found out that there is issue of the FMDA, the foot and mouth disease, issue. So we tried to propel a response on this. We have not managed yet to get any response from the Ministry of Agriculture in this matter. We hope we can get so that we can start on the project of exporting meat to Malaysia if everything goes well. Because first of all, we need that permission from Malaysia saying that, okay, your meat can be exported. Because I understand that you export also your meat to China and certain part of country in Europe and few others. So there are potentials. This can also assist Namibia in increasing their trade balance in favor of themselves. And later on, after that stages is being completed, then we can go into the issue of halal certification. Then once we get the halal certification, we had people from Malaysian to come here or vice versa, teach them and tell them what we require. Then the so-called potential is there. Huge potential, I believe. And that can assist Namibia in explore their capabilities, their opportunities, their potential to fully height and increase the level of trade between Malaysia and Namibia.
Absolutely. Okay, so thank you, Doctor. So I think for our viewers, it's just important to say that the Malaysian fruit and food promotion event will take place on 15th of May.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. The venue is the High Commission of Malaysia in Nelson Mandela Avenue, Klein Windhoek. And it's
I think the date we just missed it out because we are afraid the flight will not arrive, but already flight is going to be arriving in Namibia on Sunday. So we're going to get the thing cleared.
Wonderful. So the information is on the screen. It's a free occasion, and everybody can go and check out the products, especially those that are in those markets. So that is that. Doctor, we look forward to your event.
Thank you.
Have a good one, and it's always a pleasure having you.
Yes.
Do come back again whenever there's news.
Can we have? Thank you, sir.
So that is tonight's show with Dr. Yahaya. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.